ready?
Yeah.
Welcome
to the
Sabbcast, your Royal Holloway Student Union podcast to talk about everything sabbatical officers in the world of the SU.
Welcome to the Sabbcast.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of Sabbcast. How crazy, so long. We have a very exciting episode for you today. So we are first of all going to be talking about our roles and why you should nominate yourself for the leadership elections, because nominations are now open. So you can nominate yourselves to be us next year. You could be filming the next episode of Sabbcast. And then we're going to be joined with a very exciting guest to talk about everything to do with the LGBT History Month. So very exciting for Jacob to join us. So yeah, so exciting, such an exciting episode.
And after episode 6 comes?
No.
6, 7.
In the rise of toxic social media trends, we are bringing a campaign called Beyond the Plate the week commencing the 2nd of February. And its aim is to raise awareness towards eating disorders. It is in collaboration with multiple societies and sports clubs to teach you how to fuel your body instead of restricting.
So, as we said, we're going to talk about the leadership elections, which is very exciting. So if you didn't know, the leadership elections is essentially when you run to be us. So we're going to talk a little bit about our roles, but also our experiences going for elections and everything. So who would like to start?
I can start.
Well, thank
Amazing.
you.
If you'd like. So I'm VP Education. So I work on everything sort of education policy at the uni. So things like working on deadline stacking, working on social and study spaces, like type of assessment. What else do I do? Moodle templating, personal tutoring, very fun things. I think they're fun things. Other members of the podcast
No, they're
might
exciting
disagree.
for some people.
Exciting for some people.
You have to run for the role that's
Exactly.
speaks to you.
100%.
Yeah.
So a lot of my day is generally being in meetings with university staff, whether that's on like working groups, coming up with ideas. So like I'm on a personal tutoring working group, or sort of sitting in like academic board and stuff, which is all the heads of department, and then we go through various things coming up at the university. It's really fun. I like it.
I'll say a bit more about Priority 8 in a second, but David, there you go.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to have the best role in the sabbatical officer
Not
role,
true.
VP Ed's the best.
you should be VP Wellbeing. No, I'm joking.
I agree.
I
No, you're
agree.
not. No, you don't. Let's be so for real. I'm the VP of Societies and Sports. That means I'm basically the head of all societies and sport clubs at the university when it comes to what we run as a student union. So I make sure that societies and sport clubs are being run properly, that the committees are not having any issues, and that everything's working fine. I think it's a really good opportunity if you want to get to know many people, and if you really want to get involved with those different communities and student groups on campus. And it's a great opportunity for you to be creative and make it really your own. And I think it's just a great experience for people to just get to do it. The other roles, they're all right. But mine, yeah.
Let me counter that. So I think Liv and I, obviously, because we've been VP Wellbeing Diversity, I'm convinced to some extent that my role is the best.
You see,
Only
just
because
wrong
Always, of
extent.
course.
he spoke
Mine's the whole thing.
about his role having more creativity. I would say that our role has more creative freedom, right? To say more about the role itself, mainly we sit on the EDI committee of the university and various working groups that deal with race, gender, and various equity groups. And other than the working groups and committees, we work I keep saying we work.
I know,
but
I was going to pick up on that in a second.
but we work quite closely with the community officers and support them with their campaigns, their events, and apart from that, we also, as Sabbs, run various campaigns ourselves. To bring awareness about stuff and
Yeah, I was going to pick up on the we.
Yeah.
So people who didn't know, I was VP Wellbeing last year.
Yeah.
So I'm also biased by thinking that was the best role in the world, even though President is such an incredible role, and I'll get on to talk about that. But obviously when I originally ran, that remit is very much so my remit, and it's an incredible position to be. But President is also like an incredible role. I think with president, you get to, oh, look, they laugh. See, as president, you have to deal with your incredible VPs and them giggling.
Matthew stared at me, guys. This is not my fault. It's like, he went, man smiled. I'm like, no, that's the trap. Sorry. Liv is saying something really important, guys. Let's keep listening.
No, you're fine. So I think president, you get the opportunity to do a bit of everything. So you get a more, you haven't got a specific remit like the other Sabbs do. We are just going to ignore David there and Matthew because they're in the giggly moments. But, oh, goodness, you get to have a little like dip your toe into everyone's remit. So you get to help with sitting meetings with Matthew in the educational sphere.
In which I'm a lot more serious.
More serious and academic board and everything. And then you get to, I do a lot of work on like RHSU and the EDI strategy, which is sort of like fitting into Vaishnavi's remit. But you sort of look at like the most strategic direction of the union. And you've got a lot of freedom to do a lot of things that you want. But you're also on trustee board, and you will be deputy chair, but this year I'm chair of the trustee board, so you get to look at like the trustee aspect and gain so many experiences and life skills in that area. But also you get to lead an incredible group of vice presidents, and that looks different every year. So how we do it will be different to how the next team do it, how my previous team did it. But yeah, it's one of the highlights. Oh, hit the mic. So one of the highlights of my job is being able to work with my fabulous Sabbs.
We just built different.
Yeah, I love you all. I love my previous ones too, but I love my Sabbs. So yeah, but I think just going for a sabbatical officer role in general, like obviously you need to find out what suits you. So Matthew is like embodied VP education, like everything academic.
I think that apart from Matthew, everybody else in the world, when you go for a sabbatical officer role, you're going for something with like, not to be mean to anyone, but you go with no experience in the sense that you've never been a sabbatical officer before.
Yeah.
Matthew's a different breed, so he like was sabbatical when he was
Maddie
born.
was the same too. So Madeline Gray, who was VP education last year, she was like born to be VP Ed, and Matthew's the same. So
if you're going into the VP Ed role, you should be born in it.
No, that's not what we're saying.
That's what we're trying to say.
What
No.
made me laugh was last year and we'll get on campaigning, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We did the debate night and all the candidates went up one by like role. So it was Sock Sports first, then Wellbeing and Diversity. And you all went up very casual, very friendly. And then we all rolled up, all the VP Ed candidates, and we pulled out a notebook.
Yeah, so I think you just need to figure out what role suits you. Like, I was saying, like, David, you're such a great VP Soccer Sport, and Vaishnavi's such a great VP Wellbeing and Diversity. But you just got to figure out what's best for you. Like, for me, running for Wellbeing and Diversity, like, to be honest with you, I never thought I would run for president when I was originally running for Wellbeing. But Wellbeing was like, had all the experiences that I wanted, so like mental health and support, but also working with the incredible community officers and like the EDI sort of field, which is what I want to do now. So it's completely changed my career trajectory. Is that the word?
Yeah, it is.
Perfect, great, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, honestly, mine too.
Yeah.
I think this job actually in a way like helps you understand what you would want to do in the future or what you don't want to do too, which is I think equally important.
100%. Yeah, I think it will either change the path you had in the sense that it will make you rethink what you were studying and make you realize maybe that wasn't what you wanted to do, or it will make you realize what you were studying or what you had a passion for is definitely what you like.
Yeah.
And it will give you a different perspective, and it will give you a lot of knowledge on different ways of working in life and get you to either go on that path or go a completely different route. In my case, for example, I think I was really worried when I got into this role because I'm a very strong and passionate person for film. I was really worried that I'd get into this role and then that passion for creating stuff through a camera's lens, it would be lost. And I've actually been really lucky that I've been able to implement it in my role, and it's made me realize how much I really have a passion for that and how much after this role I want to get into that fully.
Yeah.
So it can be really good for you. in both sides.
And I think the role, you gain so many skills, like so many transferable skills. You get to be in rooms that you wouldn't be in until you're so far further into your career. Like we sit on the university council and like the highest governing body of the university, and like we would never be in those rooms at our age. So we're so like you get to do so many different experiences. Obviously, with every job, it has good and bad days. So I'm like, it's incredible, but there are some hard days. But you get to learn so much from the hard days as well. I always say that you never know what being a Sabb is like unless you are a Sabb. Like you never understand the world what a Sabb is. We can try and explain it to you until we're blue in the face, but it's incredible, and I couldn't recommend it more to anyone. To be very cliche about it, like it's the best job in the world. Like I almost fear I've peaked in my career. Like I'm just gonna have to find something that brings me so
go
much
for something
joy.
better now.
I know, bring me as much joy, but. Obviously, as well, we had a change this year with how Sabbs work, and the priority 8 and the top 20, which we'll explain in a second. But previously, we worked on manifestos. So candidates who are running to be a Sabb would create a manifesto, and that's what they would work on. And a lot of it was based on feedback they had heard from their friends or what they're feeling. But it's changed. Love Yourself Week is back. So the week commencing the 9th of February is Love Yourself Week. This week is all to do with self-love and self-care and starting your self-care journey. We're joined with some incredible communities, and we've got some very exciting events that you can find on the campaigns page. So we hope to see you there. Who would like to talk about priority 8?
I can mention it a bit if you want me to.
Yes, of course, David.
So we decided between the people at the Students' Union, we showed students 20 different priorities that we'd realised from different forms and different places where students gave their information.
Yeah.
So we gathered all the information of different issues the university may have or things where it hasn't been worked on enough as a way for us to implement it in our roles so we can work on it and push for efforts for that to be fixed or improved. And out of those 20 priorities, the students vote on the 8 most important ones, and those get split into all of us. Yes. So we each get 2 priorities we work on. So this year, I, for example, got to work on making more student-friendly timetables and making more affordable SU events.
Mine was more affordable food on campus and cheaper and frequent local transport.
I had more financial support for students and improving parking on the Egham campus.
I had increased session study spaces and reduced deadline stacking.
So those 8 priorities that we've been working on will go back to the ballot, and out of that ballot, some more new priorities will be implemented as well. And then the voting will happen and the students will choose which ones they think are most important. This doesn't mean we haven't done work on it, which we have, and a lot. But it does mean that sometimes they'll go back into the ballot because more work needs to be done on it, and it can't just be done in 1 year. So students get the chance to put the vote into that priority because they know that the next year the work could be done for it to be fully resolved or for it to be improved a lot more than it is already. So it's a great experience for students to get to see things that they know are issues and they see it on a day basis, and get the sabbatical officers that are here for a year to work on them very hard. Yeah, I think it's also important to note that no liberation issues will ever be a part of the top 20 because we will always work on that as a union. Yes, so that is priority 8. I also think what is interesting about like the Sabb roles is we would never work in the same fields. We would never be put in a position to work together. Like we would never, like David and film, and then Matthew and politics and everything you want to go into, and then me and Vaishnavi, I don't know what we want to do, so we don't know what we want to do, but we would never find us in the same role. So you get to learn from people who are from different like areas of expertise as well, which is great. And I think also something that's important to note is the campaigning process to be a Sabb. So do you want to talk about a bit about your campaigning process? Because obviously to be a Sabb, you have to get students to vote for you. Yeah. So you have to put yourself out there and like try and get people to nominate you. So it's a lot. Like for me,
I hated it. Worst part of the job for me, because it was a lot like self-confidence wise to put myself out there and try and get people to vote for me and have slogans and give people
I think it's a good thing to do though, in the sense that you'll
100%.
realize that the role you're going into is a very face on camera role, because we are the faces of the Students' Union at the end of the day. We're the ones that are representing it. So having to go through that kind of lets you understand, hey, if you get the job, you're going to be doing this for a whole year.
Yes.
So it's not great.
Except
But you get used to
it's
it.
less daunting.
Yeah, I think when you're in the role, you know you have to do it, so you're just doing it. But I think until then, I mean, I'm quite an extrovert, but I do film because I love being behind the camera. So having to be in front of a camera for that many videos, it's painful.
Yeah.
But it gets entertaining because your friends just laugh at you or laugh with you. Laugh with you.
Yeah, we have so much fun like filming stuff too. Like this, for example. Like this is so random and so like rogue for us to be doing, and like it's taken us a minute to sort of like get comfortable with like just speaking to each other on camera and stuff. But it's a new experience, you know.
Yeah. So campaigning this year lasts for 48 hours, I think.
Voting.
Ish. Voting.
Voting always
voting.
lasts.
Campaigning should be a week or
lasts
two, I think.
A week and a half, yeah.
Yeah, so you get a week before voting opens to campaign and talk about what you're going to do, what priorities you're running on, those sorts of things. And then voting opens on a Tuesday
Yeah, I don't know the date.
and closes on a Thursday.
Yeah, that happens too. And then there's results night.
Yes, results night on Thursday. I don't know how everyone felt on results night. I was not feeling positive.
Awful.
I was a bit tipsy.
I was also
Okay,
tipsy.
David.
There's a lot of champagne and it's free, so it's great.
I mean, it's obviously you're running for the role because
Yeah.
you want it and you're so passionate about it. So it's really difficult to like stand there and like hope and pray that your name gets said.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're very lucky and very grateful.
I think for me, results night was, my heart was really full because
We walked together.
we did walk, you know,
Yeah.
we ran into each other outside and we walked in together. I think my heart was just full because the time from when the voting closes to when the ceremony starts, it's like about
It's about
7-8 hours. Yeah, 7-8 hours. And then
Yeah.
I just, like, you just have like memories flashing of the whole week, and then how supportive people were, like your
Yeah.
friends, people you've never met before. And it's just incredible. You're like, you did that for me?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's a really
I think
cool
it's a
feeling.
good experience once it's done.
Yeah.
Of course, on
I
reflection.
think even if you don't win, it's a good experience,
Well,
right,
yeah,
as well, to
100%.
put yourself out there, learn what it is like.
But going through that experience, it's an experience.
It's personal development.
Wait, no, it
It's
100% is. Like,
Character building.
yeah, no, 100%. Like, so if you're thinking about doing it, I would just say do it.
Yeah.
I always like I when speaking to prospective candidates, I always say like you're not going to, you're only going to gain from it. You're going to gain new experiences. You'll gain hopefully a role, but you're never going to be worse off in them than you are in the position that you're in right now. So
Yeah.
even if it puts you so much out of your comfort zone, it definitely did for me. And even rerunning, I hated it. Like I just literally, there was a day where, so I spent a day in the library with Matthew and I just sat there and I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. And it's so much like personal development. Like you're just going to gain so much and everything. And you gain like friends from life from the experience, both through the campaigning but as a sabbatical officer team as well. Like we're bonded in a way, and that no one will ever experience. And like my team last year, like I live with Banner. She's actually there. I can see her in the corner of my eye. So Banner was VP Sock Sport last year. I live with Banner and she's one of my best friends now, so I wouldn't have gained that experience. So always so grateful. But if anyone is thinking about running, because when this goes out there are 6 days left to nominate yourself, please don't hesitate to come speak to any of us about any of it. We would love to yap to you about the good, the bad, the ugly, and how incredible it all is in between. So please don't hesitate to speak to us about it. But any final words about leadership elections and campaigning and everything?
If you're thinking about running, you should do it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
If you think of running, run.
Yeah.
You may be wondering why some people run.
you got to run. Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see how it goes.
Me too.
Because I think last year I hated it because I was in it, but now that I'm not in it,
Yeah,
I'm gonna love watching it because it's such a
Me too.
time, such
I'm
an
so
experience.
excited to watch it.
It'll be really fun.
But yeah, we are wishing everyone the best of luck throughout this whole process, and make sure to look after yourself as well, because you have to put a lot into it.
And if while going through the campaign you need any support, we do have the support for you. So don't worry, we're here for you.
Yeah, look after yourself. Take a lot of self-care. And on my biggest tip, not for campaigning, but in those 8 hours before a results night, do something for yourself. I went and got my hair done because I was even if I lose, at least my hair will look nice. Put some self-care in. But yeah, we're wishing you all the best of luck and hopefully see you throughout the process.
Budget to Bite is a campaign I'm doing about food and how cooking is a life skill, and budgeting, and also bringing awareness about hardship and food poverty. This is on the week commencing the 16th of February. The highlight event of the campaign is a collaboration with the Ramadan campaign, where we'll be hosting a potluck. So we are joined by Jacob, who is our LGBT community officer. Hi,
Hello.
Jacob. We are very excited to have you. So I was going to say I have a few questions, but I've got one question for you. Mm-hmm. So what made you run to be a community officer?
So in my second and third year, I was the president of the LGBT Society. So I thought, carrying on doing in my master's now here, I thought it would be nice to change up the role a bit and be a bit more closer to the Students' Union as I do LGBT community stuff. And also I didn't want to be president for a third year in a row, because that kind of felt like I want to let someone else have the chance whilst also still being at the university to help the new president. So if they had any questions or needed help, then at least I would still be there to give them guidance. But being a community officer is something I didn't really think about until being president of the society, because I don't know, I didn't really hear a lot before about community officers, and then when I found out about the role, I thought it was really fun. So that's why I wanted to do it.
Yeah, well, sorry. I feel like I should address that we're sharing a mic. We're sharing a mic, guys, just for everyone to know. What has been your, highlight as a community officer? I talk about all the time, but I was a community officer myself, and I know how exciting it can be and everything. So what has been your highlight and things you've really enjoyed?
I think so far the highlight has been running Trans Awareness Week in November, since that's the first campaign I've done so far. That was a big highlight from being the president role the year before to now being the community officer and having more of a first hands-on with planning the Trans Day of Remembrance Vigil, and what do you call it? Advertising, I guess, the Royal Holloway Transition Fund. That's in place to help trans students on campus pay for their transition costs, even if it's social or healthcare related. So promoting that was a big highlight of the Trans Awareness Week. But I'm also very excited for the LGBTQ+ History Month happening in February. I have so many events planned. I don't know how I'm going to do it all, but I have lots of planned. So maybe that will be my new highlight next term. But yeah.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, this month is LGBTQ+ History Month. So can you run us through, speaking of promotion, some of the events that you've got coming up this month that students can come to?
Yes, there's at least 15 events, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
That's a busy month.
That's a lot.
And I think the highlights of it would be the Queer Creativity Showcase on the 16th of February, which is a Monday, in the evening time in the SU Hall. Students, if they're LGBT, can sign up to showcase any talents or artistic things they do. If they want to perform, share a poem, sing a song, or they can sign up and have a stall to showcase if they make anything, or they can also sell anything as well. They're able to hire a card machine from the SU help desk, so they can promote their small little queer business. But people don't have to come along and perform or anything. You can also just come and support and sit there and watch. It's completely free, so that's probably the biggest event for the campaign. But there's also LGBT speed dating and speed mating, making friends, which is on the 9th of February, where people can sign up and if they want to make friends or like maybe find the love of their life in Egham.
Oh,
They can do that. But there's so many events. There's lots of trans, queer, lesbian socials going to be happening, and like loads of different creative stuff as well. So I'm really excited.
Oh, it all sounds. Oh, we've both got to talk then. Thank you. It all sounds absolutely incredible. Like you did so much work on it last year as well, and the creativity showcase was definitely a highlight as my time as VP Wellbeing last year. So very excited. Sorry, I'm not like trying to look at you and like use the mic at the same time. But yeah, you do such incredible work, and I think it's amazing to see as sabbatical officers, like our student leaders, being able to lead on things like your. We went to your trans awareness visual as well, and it was like incredible. Sorry, not to move on to LGBT History Month. I'm sure we'll get back there, but you mentioned the transition fund, and I think you sold yourself short because you started that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a bit more about like the sort of like route it took and like how it took to make that and all that stuff?
So I didn't start the transition fund all by myself. I was helped with the LGBT students community officer at the time, which was Sam Bolton. She's now doing a master's at Oxford. So she's so cool. So she and I and the LGBT committee at the time came together, and like, well, Sam was the one that brought it up to us, saying like, other places or universities have this kind of transition fund in place, and it would be cool if Royal Holloway had that. So we went from there. So we were like, oh, we should do that then, and spoke to the Students' Union and kind of got it all set up. So it's something where students, if they're trans at Royal Holloway, they can sign up to the transition fund. There's like a sign-up link in my community officer Instagram bio, and also the LGBT Society's Instagram bio as well, to sign up for the transition fund. So you kind of just sign up. You have to have a public GoFundMe, and then you put your GoFundMe page link in the sign-up form. It has it all there, explained way more better than I am right now. But then after the academic year is over, the end of term 3, all the funds we make during the academic year of fundraising, we then split it up equally into everyone's GoFundMe. And if you sign up for the fund, like in your first year, you can still be on it into your third year as well. So the way we do it is if like we've given you money 1 year, but in your second year, we need to give you like money again because you're still on the fund. We divvy it up in a way so it's like everyone overall gets the same amount, even if they were there for longer. So like, yeah, so it's all as equal as we can make it be. Yeah.
Sounds all incredible. Incredible.
that's great. Well, Jacob, thank you so much for being here today with us. It was amazing to hear everything you've been doing and how much work you've done for Royal Holloway. And thank you to everyone else for sticking up to listen to us for the 6th episode of the Sabbcast. And we'll see you on the next one. See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.